Alrighty, so we are on lesson 71, and we are doing division. So this says, that's on page 455, this says sometimes division answers end with a 0. It's important to continue the division until all the digits inside the division box have been used. Look at the problem at the top of the next page. So here we go. And sorry, it's kind of dark at the top. Let's see. This says 200 pennies are separated into 4 equal piles. How many pennies are in each pile? So this problem can be answered by dividing 200 by 4. First we divide 20 by 4. So 4 into 2, 20 goes, 4 times 5 equals 20. And then you end up with 0. But we got to bring that 0 down also. So that's what this shows down here. Sorry for the glare. But we've been pretty much doing this before in the first place. We just got to remember we bring down all those numbers in the first place. So, and then to check our answer, the opposite of division is multiplying. So we check our answer that way. And this says we check our work by multiplying the quotient, which quotient is what the answer is for division. 50 by the divisor. Remember we had divisor and divisor and it's not denominator. Division box would bring down the 0. Divide again. Quotient. I don't know. Divisor, the product should, dividend. That's right. So divisor is the small number. Dividend is the big number. So, and then that's how you get your quotient. So here we go. We are going to divide 121 by 3. So you can see all that work there. I'm just going to do it here. If I can get this. Nope. Marker thing off. And here you go. I'm just going to set you down real quick. Sorry about that. Alright. So, sorry. For example, we have 3 into, 121. And 121. Alright. Let's see if I can keep moving that light out of the way. So 3 goes into 12. 3 times 4 equals 12. And that's 0. Bring down that 1. 3 goes into 1. 0 times, because you can't put 3 into 1. 0. And 0 minus 1 is 1. We have 40. Remainder 1. So always bring down that number. Make sure this times this equals this. You can't put this big number on top. The small number goes on top. So that's how we do that. All right. Example 2, our favorite, a lovely word problem, says Mr. Griffith drove 254 miles in 5 hours. About how many miles did he drive each hour? So our key information there is 254 in 5 hours. So we have 254 and 5 hours. So it says about how many miles did he drive each hour. So it says about, so we can go ahead and round this, and this tells us to round to the nearest 10. So we're going to see if this 5 is going to change. Does this 4 make it go up, or does it make it go down? So is 4 closer to 0, or is it closer to 10? It is closer to 0, so it's going to go down to 250. So if we're estimating like this, we want to be more specific. So we don't want to round to the nearest 100 because that's not specific enough. That's too big of a difference. We can just round to the nearest tenths. So We've got 250, that's rounded to the nearest 10. And then each hour, so that each is our key word telling us to divide. And I know each goes with multiplication, but if you think about the question, we already know that he drove 254 miles, and that's the biggest number he's going to get. We can't have a bigger number than that because he didn't drive more than that. So when you're doing word problems, think about these questions. Think, do I want a bigger number than this, or do I want a smaller number? If you want a smaller number, you need to divide. So we're going to divide 250 by 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times, because 5 times 5 equals 25, 0. Now, I can't just leave it because 5 times 5 does not equal 250. Got to bring down that 0, and 5 goes into 0. 0 times 5 times 0 is 0, and you're left with 50 as your answer. So it would be about 50 miles each hour, which is what they got there. Now there is a lesson practice for you to do. I suggest that if you're struggling with this and you're struggling with division, please do these. There's some good division problems there for you to practice. I know it's some extra work, but it's worth it if it's going to help you understand things. And you can ask me to tell you the answers once you've done it. But please try the lesson practice and see how you do. And the next video will have our examples.